So I don't know if you saw it, but there are a ton of buffs to literally almost everything inside of Fisch coming in this next update. And this is coming out literally as of posting this today. So I'm going to be going over all of these buffs and showing you how wild some of these are. So for the most part, a lot of these are already posted. So if you go and check out the Fisch Discord server, they sent a message about it in their Discord server. They gave a bit of a little overview of what is to come in these updates. Now they didn't specify really anything, but they gave like an outline. So most notably, bunch of rod changes, bunch of changes to enchantments. Now they haven't specified if cosmic relics and all that, because they did say in a poll, Nick sent this invincible enchantment should be a secondary enchantment. This one, they didn't say anything specified about that in here, but we'll be covering that. And today might just be your lucky day, but if you're watching this video within 1 week of it coming out, then you will actually be able to enter into my Oni Ralphix set giveaway. I'm going to be giving away every single fish for this. And to enter, all you need to do is go down and click that hype button and then hype this video, and then go and comment your Roblox username down below. But once again, hype this video, comment your Roblox username, and that will enter you into the Oni Ralphix giveaway. And I'm going to be giving this away to multiple people. So if we go over and check, this is the Fisch balance page. So a lot of information. As you see, red means nerf, yellow is rebalanced, and green means buff. I think yellow is just what it's currently at. So obviously a lot of price changes, level changes, and all this, but these are the best ones so far out of this. So for basic progression, when you start off game, this will be really beneficial. Like Nocturnal Rod, has a good lure, Precision Rod, Rapid Rod, these are easier to get, all this stuff. I mean, for the most part, this is pretty nice. Precision Rod is free. Apparently you have to be level 5. I didn't know they could make rod free, but if you scroll down to the rods you actually give a crap about. So Carrot Rod, now you have to complete the Carrot Bestiary, which no one really uses rod, but now there are more things to this. So this one, 5% for carrot, 5% spawn carrot pool, 45 seconds, and grants 5% for carrot to everyone. No clue what this does, but they buffed it. So next thing is going to be some of the other things. So I'll show, a bit of an example, but for the most part, there's some changes to what seems to be actual used rods. So for example, like the Great Rod of Oscar, this is now way cheaper, but there's a level requirement. But as a note, this being way cheaper is really good, especially for level progression. Then Challenger's Rod, this is cheaper by a lot. Heaven's Rod, way cheaper, and a lower level. Kraken Rod, this is cheaper. Leviathan Fang Rod, all these are basic progression rods. So obviously, if you're late game, have pretty much everything, this won't really be of an effect to you, but this is really beneficial for most common players that are, either new to the game, midway through the game, don't have much into it. Next thing is going to be the Luminescent Oath. So this is actually nerfed. So the Luminescent Oath is now only 1 million instead of 1.5. Doesn't really matter. It has higher resilience, but it has worse control by 0.18. So like 8%. So it's 8% smaller, which is kind of a big deal. Now it will lose control. So this is what its ability is. So piercing is not changed, but as you can see now, instead of losing control and gaining progress speed, it'll gain less progress speed, which kind of sucks. Then No Life Rod has been buffed, triple slash power, piercing, 50% for hex. That is kind of really broken. My favorite one are obviously some of the higher rods, but Duskwire Rod, way cheaper, way cheaper. This is, if they do actually make Invincible a secondary enchantment, Duskwire with Herculean and Invincible is actually going to be a really just good rod general, and them making it that much cheaper is actually a really good thing. Now, the only issue though with them making Invincible a secondary enchantment is the fact that you have to get that for cosmic relics, unless they do the thing where they did during Halloween where there's a direct enchant relic that does specifically that one thing alone. But a lot of rods actually require Invincible to even be functional. For example, most rods, when you're trying to fish in the brine pool for events, things like that, like when you're trying to get the sunken brine fish for the fabulous rod, you have to fish in the brine pool, so therefore you need Invincible enchant. Then if you don't have Invincible and you need cosmic relics to enchant for a secondary, then that's where the issue starts to arise. But that's past that. So for the most part, that is the only issue that can really come from it being a secondary. Now Duskwire though, for 500,000, the quest is relatively simple. If this could be used actually as a decent rod, this is not a bad rod to use, not gonna lie. Next, they actually made these two, Rod of the Forgotten Fang. This is one of the old best rods people used to use. I am also seeing a very common thing of crafting rod, rods you craft being free now, which is nice. But Rod of the Forgotten Fang, they are making it where it dupes higher fish with a 15 to 20% chance for every 3 perfect catches. They're making this easier. Now it only requires 2 perfect catches and a 25% chance for a tidal mutation. So now there's a new mutation get from this. Dupe higher fish with a 25 to 50% size, so way better, and a guaranteed, the one that's duped, a guaranteed tidal mutation. Now there's no clue on what this value of this mutation is, but this is very nice because this is a new mutation and actually gives value to this this rod. Now the Elder Moss Ripper, this one right here, this has a very good passive where, you know, it's every 2 minutes that like you catch a fish of the higher rarity and then like of a higher rarity, right? So you can catch Apex, Cataclysmic, Exotic, Secrets, right? Really good ability. It's every 2 minutes. They are actually making this every 1 minute, meaning you literally can do this twice as often, which is very good. Next, Ethereal Prism Rod. I mean, no one really cares about this. Evil Pitchfork. This is cheaper. I mean, for the whole quest line and how hard it is, them making it 2.5 million is very nice. Rod of Zenith. Once again, another rod I don't think really anyone cares about. Spirit Binder. This one is cheaper, has a way better just boost to all the passes overall. Ruinous Oath. So this is one of the more important ones. Now you don't need to be level 1000. So this really isn't like an insane late game rod, but it's also only 5 million, which is crazy considering, I mean, it kind of makes sense considering the quest line kind of requires you to spend a lot of money, especially for appraising to get sparkly shiny. It is nice that there is a system like that to make it, you know, cheaper. And then the Wind Elemental Rod. So as you see, Wind Master quests, the nerf is now you have to be level 800 to do this. And I think they're also going to progressively like make the rod better. Next, also as a note, anything right here, right in this section, this is actually masteries. So if you can't tell, there's a ton of new masteries they're adding. Next is going to be Tryhard Rod. This is what I don't like about Tryhard Rod. They're making it actually like you can buy it, like because people with even relatively decent aquariums can afford this. 100 million, right? Level 100. So you have to be a lower level. It's easier. You can start the quest sooner, and it's only 100 million, which is way easier. Now for these are level progression obtainment. So you get this from hitting level 2000, this from hitting level 1500. So I don't really think there's actually going to be much of a change to this, but they say it's going to be buffed. So who knows? Then the Dream Breaker. This is going to be cheaper. This is the one from the Restless Man or Restless One quest. This is being buffed. I mean, don't really care. Not gonna lie. I mean, the rod is good, but like, I don't really care about a 5 million difference. Now, the other thing though is the Tryhard Rod is getting I think this is a higher increase to the lure speed, which means you can use bait with a minus lure speed, because it used to be, I think, just 20% or a 20 lure speed. Now it's 25, and then a 25% progress. So that's the same. Now, the next changes are even more insane. So these are going to be the enchantments. So the Abyssal, I mean, as you know, this from pretty much any main enchantment, Abyssal is going to be buffed dramatically. Abyssal, pretty much double the main stat, 20% chance for Abyssal instead of 10%, and you know, the fish bonus size. And then there is the Breezed. Breezed is getting buffed again, 50 luck for during a breeze thing, 10% progress speed, all double during a wind. Now what this means, this is what I like about it, is this is just the normal stats you're going to get from the mutation or the enchantment, and then they're going to be doubled during the wind event. It's not going to be only active during a wind event. This is actually making this an actually decent enchantment just in general. Next, every 5 seconds, this is Kronos. Every 5 seconds, there's a 50% chance to freeze a fish for 3 seconds. It is now half the time, so every 2.5 seconds, there's a 50% chance to freeze the fish. This is really good. And then Divine, this one's getting boosted. Flashline is getting boosted. Pretty much just increase in general to everything. Most notably, things like Quality are getting buffed. Resilient is getting buffed. Steady, Storming, Swift, these are all getting buffed. I do like though how they're making the ones that are like used to only be active during specific events are now active in general, but they're better during specific events, which is really nice. Quantum, 25% chance for subspace and plus 25% resilience. This is needed, bro. The Exalted Relic enchant are actually so bad. And then Piercing, Stronger Piercing, which is a very nice thing. And then a 15% chance for progress speed. So what this means, Stronger Piercing, what this means is rods that already have a piercing ability. So for example, Sea Overlord, Fabulous Rod, or rods that have a very common slashing ability. So I know the Katana Rod is very common. Circulant Fang Rod has a very common slashing ability. What this means is the slashing is going to be even stronger. I don't know how much going to be multiplied by, but it's going to make the slashing ability better, which is awesome. So this enchant's actually going to be usable for rods that already have, you know, pretty good slashing. Next is Tenacity. This is Cosmic Relics, 25% progress. Every snap the reel stacks up infinitely. That is insane. So plus 10% progress. It's literally used to stack up to 200%, meaning you can stack this infinitely, and just so you could infinitely snap your reel or your rod and then catch a fish and have like 1,000 whatever. But obviously now it increases faster. So after 5 snapped reels, you're gonna have a 100% progress speed. After 100, it will just keep going. So Tryhard Rod, this is just getting a 5% increase to the progress speed. And for the most part, there's a bunch of other stuff getting changed, and they're integrating a bunch of stuff. I know they're gonna add an aquarium equip vest for XP and for money. They're adding a new game pass, I believe, and a menu option to disable cutscenes, which I love that they're adding that, and a bunch of other stuff. But for the most part, that is most of the buffs they're adding. A lot of these I'm personally gonna be using, like the Moss Ripper is really good. The Tryhard Rod one, I'm annoyed by that, making it easier, but this means you can get it on like new accounts and all that. But once again, I'll be posting more information about this once the update's actually out. Make sure you stay tuned for that, and